So I asked you guys, how do you navigate difficult holidays or holidays and events that don't pertain to you, but you still want to support others through? And I found an article on Healthline. Y'all know I try to bring you guys verified, genuine information. Here are a few kind of tips and tricks for things that are difficult for you to navigate, whether because they're just hard for you or they don't pertain to you, but you want to be supportive. Don't assume. Number one, for others, and even yourself sometimes, don't even assume your own feelings because there have been times where I'm like, no, I got this. It's not going to bother me. And it did. I didn't want it to. And maybe that was why I made the assumption that it wouldn't because I didn't want it to, but it did. Don't assume. Don't assume yourself. Don't assume for others. Start talking early. Number two, prepare. Talk with others about your concerns, about your difficulties, and talk to others about their events that don't pertain to you, but you want to support. Talk to them. Find things out. What does this entail? What is it about? How can I be supportive? Talk to others when you need the support before this day comes. Trust me, talking to someone before the event happens to express how it may make you feel, don't assume, but express and talk it out. It will be helpful when that time comes. Number three is respect. Respect yourself, respect your own feelings, the fact that you have feelings that are important and they exist and they are valid. Respect other people's support, even if it doesn't pertain to you, that's okay. You can still be a supportive friend. Have an endpoint. Number four, have an endpoint. So you can support yourself through these events that you're unfamiliar with or don't pertain to you. But I mean, you can support yourself in these events that may be difficult for you, but give yourself an endpoint. Say, okay, I'm going to go for an hour or two, or I'm not going to go. I'm going to do this instead. This is how I'm going to self care. Give yourself an endpoint. How much involvement can you have comfortably and keep your sanity and your mental health? Have an endpoint for your support. Say, hey, I just want to come to support you. I'm going to stay until blah, blah, blah time. I'll come, hang out for an hour to give you support and whatnot. Five, bring an object to anchor yourself. And I've heard this with other things. This where like fidget spinners and little poppy thingies can come into place with, if you have ADHD or anxiety, you can kind of bring something to help you with that. Also, you can bring something sentimental. I went to an event around Father's Day, and my stepmom and my sister, they brought a photo of our father and her husband. And I, saw the photo and I was like, oh, that's really cool. The photo's up there with everybody else. And at the end, they gave me the photo. And I was like, thanks for making me cry. I was already crying anyway. But it was really sweet because for one, I wasn't expecting it. But I don't know, it's just kind of taking that piece with me from that event. I really appreciated that. They're grieving too, and the fact that they thought of me during this event, like they had one made for my stepmom and my sister, and so now we all three have one. And I just thought it was such a sweet thing. And so, Kathy, Raven, if you're listening to this or watching this, I appreciate that. It did more for me than you know. But you can take something with you like that sentimental. I have a necklace with my father's, some of his ashes. My kids have one too, and we don't wear them all the time, but we wear them to certain things. And I wore that there, and I think one of my kids wore it too, and it was nice. It kind of keeps you connected, and sometimes it can help with that kind of off guard grief and feelings that you're gonna have. Um, so keep, maybe take something with you, or if you're going to support someone else, like the photo was really nice to bring to support me, even though they were going through their own grief. So maybe a photo of that person that they are missing, or something positive from the event that's it's tough for them. Take a break. I took a break this week from recording. I did kind of a last minute thing, and I liked it. I had a lot going on this week, and it was really overwhelming. And I actually had planned ahead. Didn't realize it, but I had. But it was nice to not have to scramble around to do that. And so I think that's number 7. Take a break. Take a break when you need it. Listen to me. Take a break when you need it. My husband sometimes will be like, "Hey, just take a break." I overwhelm myself because my brain is like, "No, you have to do everything right now," and I really don't. And there's other people that I have employees, I have a partner. There's things that I can do to take things off of myself. Just the other day, super overwhelmed. He's like, "Hey, you could have got so and so to do this," and I'm like, "Hmm, I could have." That would have made things a lot of bit easier. But take breaks, use help when you can get it. And sometimes taking a break and utilizing the help you have. Also take a break from helping others. Is something else my husband has told me before. Uh it's nice to be charitable and be helpful and share your wealth and your life experience and wisdom and things with people, but not to the extent that it takes too much from you. And take a break. Sometimes you also have to take a break from supporting others if it is taking a toll on you as well. It's okay to take care of yourself. It's just like parenting. We can't take care of other people if we aren't healthy. Take a break. 8. Know your warning signs. This is a big one for me too, because I can tell when I start getting kind of anxious. But again, I'm trying to do too much. Know your warning signs. Take other people's observations too, because people around us see what we're going through before we even sometimes recognize it ourselves. Your friend, your coworker, your husband, your partner, your wife, your parent. Take people's warning signs. Take people's advice on your warning signs. Know your warning signs for both situations, or if you're uncomfortable in the situation, or if you're trying to support someone, because you can't really be supportive to yourself or anyone else if you're stressing and you're causing harm to your own body and brain. Number 8, honor your loved one together and individually. Take time for yourself. Again, know your warning signs. If togetherness is overwhelming, take some time for you in both situations. Oh, that was 10. Okay. Well, 10. Honor together and individually. Uh, you know, we can't pour from an empty cup, right? So make sure that you are whole and healthy before you try to help others, or before you try to put yourself in a situation that's just going to not be healthy for you. I hope these tips really helped, and I'm going to try to share more of these as we get closer to the holiday season. It's a difficult time for a lot of people, for death. Uh, some people live in a country where they don't celebrate the holidays everybody else celebrates, and they kind of feel out of place. I'm familiar with that too, not myself, but in a friend of mine. Uh, you know, it's cold, it's wet, kind of like now. Um, the weather changes. it messes with people. So be patient with yourself, be patient with others. And thank you for watching and listening.